Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Right, before we crack on with today's map, which is glorious, forewarned, very nice map indeed, I'd like to quickly talk to you about Monday, 6 PM UK time. It's Skylines Talk, it's the premiere of Season 3 and we've got fresh popcorn. He'll be talking about everything that went wrong for him and his channel and whether he's coming back and all of those things. So that's it, Monday 6 PM UK time, Skylines Talk with me, BonBonB. Right, today's map is really nice indeed. It's VOLGA, or possibly WOLGA, by Roccoloso, or possibly Roccoloso 2. Roccoloso I think we'll go with. There's your start square, which we'll look at in a bit more detail in a minute. And then you have your resources, which is mostly painting. And to be honest with you, it's just nice to see it's not field painting for a change. Steam Workshop, mass transit is required. And then we've got a few little bits and bobs, including New Caledonia custom pavement theme, and photorealistic by Reaper LUT. Don't worry about the two things that are unticked; they are actually in the map, by the way. I recorded this before subbing to them. There we are. I've got a slight problem with the theme for this map, although I love the theme a lot. There's a slight problem which we'll look at in a moment. Right, now, in generally, the map is very good. A couple of the biggest problems appear very early on in today's show, like this tree. This tree here is one of the biggest problems with this map. So if you're happy to, delete a tree or move a tree, then that one is fixed. Then the theme problem is here with the level crossing. Of course, the custom pavement is this tiling, and honestly, I don't think that really works out here in the sticks for a level crossing. So here, two of my biggest problems with the map are out of the way already. The last problem we'll save till pretty much near the end of the show. There are a couple of minor issues along the way as well, but it's a very, very glorious map. I'm guessing it's been done from a terrain party landscape because it is so realistic looking. Like I say, photorealistic by Reaper LUT. It's one of my favourite LUTs. It's subdued, and I'm just going to start using that for all of the asset reviews. I think I've been using it this week, and I think it's just a lot better than the realistic V1.2 that quite often we'll use. Now, this road is beautiful. It just comes down here. It feels really like it was actually put here. It hugs the cliff edges there, comes along here, and then we're going to disappear into a tunnel. We use the tunnel entrances as well. Look at this. Look at this. It's very nice indeed. So you've got a tunnel going in here. It does elevate a little bit there going into the tunnel. And on this side, we've got this tunnel. And the road elevates a little bit there. On its own, no big problem. But hang on a second. The tunnel entrances are more or less level. I mean, one's slightly higher than the other. Just a fraction. So why are both roads going into the tunnels going in at an elevation? They should, one of them, this one should be dropping it down a little bit, and the one on the other side should be just inclining just slightly, and so I'm gonna just like minor grumble. If you're looking at the tunnel entrances to Forta map, you're going too far, BonBon. You're going too far. Right, this intersection is quite nice. I've got one or two issues. I do like the way we're going from 3 lanes down to 2 lanes with the off-ramp, and then coming back up to 3 lanes again. Could have been tapered a little bit better, but it's still very nice work. Very nice work indeed. Slight elevated areas. We've got some... This, for my road glitching there, the long streaks are for me the worst ones because they're so blatantly obvious. But yeah, road glitching slight. Also got a little bit of tree glitching on the side of the road there. But trust me, this is all seriously minor stuff, guys. This is all seriously minor stuff. I am moaning about things which honestly you probably wouldn't, apart from that tree right at the beginning, you probably wouldn't do anything about any of this. You just get on and enjoy the map, because it is a glorious map. Anyway, so we've got this slight glitching down the middle again, but it's the smaller stuff that probably most of you would just accept and let it go, because it just looks like rough ground in the middle. And then down towards the start square, here it is. This is your start square intersection, which has no off ramps to get you started, but not the world's biggest problem, I guess. However, if you look at the this highway coming up on the right hand side here, I'm going to call this the southbound highway. You can't get onto that, there's no off ramp to get onto that side road, so the southbound highway can't get down wherever this goes. Oh, by the way, let's have a quick look at the start square. Yep, happy with that as the start square? Yeah. But like I say, you have to put your own start ramps to get you started. But you were coming off of a national road, so it's not going to be the biggest of problems. This is definitely a map for lots of small towns rather than a mega city build. I think it's a personal call, but it's just lovely. It's just very nice. Right, so we'll follow this national road. We'll join up with the highway in a minute, I promise. We're not done with the highway. I want to take you down this road because we've got some nice detailing at the end of the road. And some interesting work indeed. Of course, like I say, southbound highway can't get onto this road, but hopefully we'll fix that when we go up the other connector road. A bit foggy. Let's get rid of the foggy. Fog, go away. Cloud and Fog Toggler, that's the app I'm using here. And now we can see everything beautifully. Right, so now heading into the fog, which is now gone, mysteriously cleared. And we'll have a look at the farmland a bit later on. Don't worry, we aren't bypassing all this lovely detailing, guys. There we are, that's the edge of the map with the arrows, brilliant. And then if we follow this route here, we'll take a little jump over this nice little road bridge. Nice, there was a little bit of tree clipping there, by the way, just tiny weeny bit on either side of the bridge. But we've seen some of that already, and we don't need to see it again. You know what it looks like, don't you? Now this is in the fog normally, so you can barely see this road normally until it bends back inland. This national road heading inland, and we are now heading back towards that highway. And let's see if we can just get onto the southbound, or sorry, let's see if the southbound can get onto this highway. That's the important bit. Right, so there's your highway and intersection here, and the southbound traffic can't get onto that road either. So there for me, that be a problem. Be a poor old southbound traffic going, oh, we'll get to the farm. Oh, there's a farm down there. Perhaps if we go down to the next intersection, we can get to the farm. No, you can't. What you can do is you can jump off of this bridge. Yeah, oh, they'll pull right back, you see. There you are, there's the rail. You see, if you jump off the bridge, you can actually jump onto the railway line and catch the train. There we are. Well, we'll follow the rail. Smooth transition, Bonbon. Smooth transition. Oh, kill me now. Onwards along the rail. Now, like I say, the rail is a little bit boring, if I'm honest with you, but quite often it is. That's the point with rail. It's supposed to be flat and straight and not undulating at all. Those are the things you're looking for. Like, not undulating. I would like to see this smoothed out a little bit, this area here. Just a little bit of a divot in the ground. Let's go past the train. See you later, train. And, yeah, this is, like I say, this is just fairly boring, fairly mundane stuff. Here we are. Intersection. Junction, not intersection. That one goes off to the fog that way. Only the fog's been switched off, so we can ignore that. I'll switch it back on in a minute. And then this now I'm not so keen on, okay? We've got the rail here. This is fine. I don't mind rail under road. It drops away a little bit, okay? We lose elevation. We go under this highway here, okay? Right. And then we gain elevation again on the other side to that point. Now the rail, I would have said, should have stayed at the same elevation all the way across. Or more or less, a little bit of tree clipping on the rail as well there. Okay. Yes, I would have stayed. I would have kept the elevation of the rail higher, and then changed the elevation on the roads to work around it. So that's what I would have done anyway, or what I would like to have seen done. What I'd like to think I would have done. That's probably a better way. I would have done it. Not necessarily, Bonbon. Not necessarily. You ain't Mr. Perfect. You just think you are. Nice tunnel entrance there, by the way. And then over this side, we've got over here a nice tunnel entrance also. And once again, it's nice and flat. That's what I'm saying. The trains are coming in and out on the level, which is better than the first tunnel. Very nice. Right, the rail, slight undulation going on here, obviously, but not too bad. Well within the tolerance of the game. You wouldn't notice. You really wouldn't notice. And well, around here, there's a level crossing down here somewhere, I do believe. And then off into what would be the fog, which has been switched off. So we'll start building up now to today's asset. Today's asset is by one of the creators that is on Skylines Talks Season 3, coming up next week, next Monday, after Fresh Popcorn. And it's the quirky asset of the day, it's the funny asset. Look at the detailing along here, the trees. So once again, it's dropping off. That should have been a cutting. That for me, cutting. Anyway, asset review time. As promised, the quirky one is by Armesto, that lovely, lovely, lovely Spanish creator. And it's eggplant. There's not really much more to say. It's a statue. It's an eggplant. There are eggplant decals as well that you can decorate with by Armesto, but I figured that this was just so glorious on its own that we should just indulge in a little bit of vegetarianism for a change. Eggplant by Armesto, and that is today's beautiful quirky asset of the day. Right, it's the final day of Yakutorian Tropic by Kanya with Starberg LUT. New theme and LUT starting on Monday. And factoids. Funny factoids. What have we got? Murderous factoids. An attempt was made to kill a 15th century pope by sending him papers contaminated with the plague. Well, that's just not very nice. God's not going to allow that to happen, is he? He's or she. There's no way the deity will let that happen. Napoleon may have been poisoned by his wallpaper. Copper arsenic, which is poisonous, was used in the green pigment in 19th century wallpaper, and Napoleon's wall, where he died, was decorated with green paper. Well, I say where he died, actually it was Napoleon's room. I'm just making up words here, by the way. Yes, Napoleon's room was decorated with green wallpaper. I don't believe that he was killed by his wallpaper, personally. I think there were other reasons for the demise of Napoleon. No less. Right, shipping route. There's one bridge to negotiate. And I see a ship coming. Brilliant. If we just sit here and wait. You ever find yourself singing along to the music on the What Map? I know I certainly do. It just gets stuck in my head all day, I tell you. Ah, hello. Right, shipping clipping anybody? And the answer is yeah. Okay. There's possibility of clashing into those posts as well, the pillars, but certainly the road's a little bit too low for those big old ships anyway. Water flow, yeah, we got water flow pretty much all over the map. It's not continuous all in the same direction, because if you come over this side of the map it goes back the opposite direction. Actually, it's not the world's biggest problem, if I'm honest with you, with this particular map, because it's such a wide expanse of water you won't really notice which way it's flowing, but it is going. Right, let's have a look at this. The terrain is just freaking lovely. Freaking lovely. Like I say, I think there's a good choice of theme. I would have gone with the Caledonia concrete for this particular map, because that level crossing. But the actual Caledonia theme for this particular style of map is very lovely indeed. Somewhat ironic that we're using a Caledonia theme for a Russian map, I think. If ironic's not the right word, Alanis Morissette would be proud of me for using ironic incorrectly. Bless her. Oh, you're a lovely, lovely Canadian singer, Alanis. And how I miss your big hits. I do. Yeah. Quality music. Quality. We don't have musicians quite like her anymore. Well, we do, but they're just like... Everything's gone mainstream, I think. A little bit too mainstream. Now, so in the mainstream today, this is the mainstream over here. This marshy type land here, this is probably my favourite marshy type lands ever in any map. These are beautifully done. I mean, seriously beautifully done. Not overly marshy. I would have gone overboard on this, and it wouldn't have worked as well. This is great work. I just love this. And if we head out this way, we can see that a couple of ships have come aground. It doesn't surprise me. I think I probably would have seen this as well. And because of this, we plopped down a couple of these the essential lighthouses. And I think these are, once again, I don't like them in the river setting, but that said, there's no argument that you would need lighthouses on this section of river. Like it. Good work, Roccolosso. And we head down towards the fog again. Oh, I'll switch the bloody fog off again. Oh, bloody hell. Hang on a minute. Yeah, the options, disable edge, done. Gone, right, back, lovely. Right, let's have a look at this detailing that the old southbound traffic can't get to. It's just a little farmstead. It's very nice little farmstead, not overly done, quite tidy. Then we got the Strict Toasters Muddy Road that we covered in the asset review. Notice the puddles, they seem a bit repetitive. Do you think? I hadn't really considered that when I did my little count. I don't think it's really best designed for long stretches. But anyway, then we get a long area of no muddy road, and then we get muddy road again, which is very strange. I don't know if that's glitching or whether that's just not fulfilled. Then if we come around the bend here, it goes away again, and then we got more field, and then back to more muddy road. Now, the muddy road works really well with the level crossing. I've got to be honest with you. This looks amazing, guys. Love that. That is very nice. Dirt being just dragged across the tracks, and that for me is better than the custom pavement level crossing. If in doubt, rewind the video and just have a look at that early section, of course. Other detailing, like I say, this this lake. So, all the detailing across the map is pretty good. A few things letting it down, but you want to give this a high score for detailing. And then you get things like these trees, which I don't feel would be in the water. If there had been more water-faring trees, I would have liked your mangrove tree or whatever, a tree that I would believe would be in the water. But there would be no fluctuation in water there. I don't buy those trees being in the lake. But hey. Everybody's going to disagree with me, so that's fine. Now, this is my weakest part of the whole map, this river system here. I can see why it's been done, and I can see the attempts being made. The water flow on it seems just too heavy, too much of it, and the canyons seem a little bit too deep and a little bit just too smooth. Like that water source. In fact, there's lots of water sources here. I don't buy hardly any of them. There's a lot of water coming out of all of them. They're like stumpy fingers, these little... Because these are supposed to be little streams. And in the context of the map, I think if these were trickling down, all helping to build this main river into a torrent that it is, I would get it more. But what we're seeing here is, I'm afraid, it's disappointing for me. That's, for me... It just draws away from the map. At distance, looks really nice, but nah. Aesthetically, I really like this. This is very nice indeed. Could it be more so? Yes, it could actually be more so, but it's a high-end 4. It's not a mid-end or a low-end, high-end 4. Detailing, yeah, I think the map is a good format for detailing, but there are a few too many things that are bringing it down to 3s, including that river system at the end, which doesn't work for me at all. 3 stars for detailing. Gameplay potential, it could benefit from extra connections, and there are a few issues that you need to sort out before playing. But other than that, I think this is a very nice map to get your hands on. So I'm going to give that 4 stars. So VOLGA by Roccolosso 2, and that is a very nice map. I really like it. I do. Just, it's a shame about just some of the detailing things that are drawing away from the whole playability and the feel for the map. Well, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Join me tomorrow for, I think I've got a tutorial tomorrow. Let me check. Maybe. And then Monday, fresh popcorn and Skylines talk as well. So much going on. Life is good. Have a great weekend and I'll see you Monday. Tomorrow as well, if you're feeling generous.